Hello everyone, welcome back to Geoguessr Explained. I'm live right now and we have been reacting to all my games from APAC. My final series after I lost 0-3 to Angelo was my games against Sp4ghet. And so we're going to look at those today, see what I did right, see what I did wrong. And yeah, to be honest, I haven't watched this one back, so I don't remember too much from it. But I did play pretty well in this series. I took a definitely different approach to my first series, or to the series against Angelo. In this one, I definitely was playing much more aggressively because Sp4ghet, I think, is kind of a weaker no-move player than moving, or at least relative to me. Like, he's definitely better at moving relative to me than no moving. So I just tried to make the moving games as much no moving as possible. So definitely there are some players who I'm going to have to do that against in the World Cup, but I think there's definitely more players who have a bit of a different skill set to Sp4ghet as well, so it might not work so well. Anyway, let's get into the games here.
And we saw Sp4ghet play pretty knowledge and his overall moving skill.
First one here was just, I mean, it was either Austria or Slovenia, but we came out to
Slovenia
signage that was Slovenian, I believe.
Looks more Austrian. That will be both players.
And I'm pretty sure Sp4ghet makes it to, or actually gets the right road here.
And locking.
439.
Every second on the server counts for these players because the next time they play in conditions like
I see the 429.
this,
Not really sure if he
it will be at the World Cup. So you want to make sure
you're
using
found
every moment here.
There you go.
To get that. It's going to
last second, actually. Imagine if that made the difference.
Here,
next one here, this is really a cool round because I literally insta-guessed because I recognized the area. We had this huge mountain range to our south.
You can practice your skills on land.
Let's see how many seconds it took me to guess here.
Knowing people are watching.
Yeah, not only step up in the audience, but also the skill.
I saw the mountain. Yep. Yeah.
The best of the best from all of
I basically locked in within 6 seconds there. I'm pretty sure Armani had a round on the exact same place, basically. Not maybe the exact same location, but same town inside EMEA. And he also did huge damage against, I think it was Salek on that one. So, there you go.
I like the speed, I like the pace. And, yep, Sp4ghet going close to the Armenia border.
Very unsure look on his face.
No, sorry, that was Zigzag.
Yeah.
Ended up getting a very good guess
on
there.
The Armenia border. Great guess by Zigzag.
Yep, that's a pretty distinct, I think, mountain range there.
Indeed it is.
Round 3.
Round 3.
Good guess there. Let's keep it moving.
So we have the Guatemala card here. Fairly boring round, I would say.
Track.
With matching cuts, matching trims, matching haircut.
Meme still is.
The low taper fade.
Yeah, so this duel was over fairly quickly. I think this is the last round here.
It's great.
We have the rock walls everywhere.
Looks like Yucatan rocks here in Mexico.
Indeed, very common in Yucatan. Pretty much exclusive in Mexico to the Yucatan Peninsula.
Zigzag having trouble with his map there.
Spinning the globe.
Yeah, he's just flick shotting the.
Wait, what actually happened?
Zigzag having trouble with his map there.
Spinning the globe.
Oh, where did I go? I looked in Australia. I looked in Indonesia. Oh my gosh, typical.
Map.
Locks in.
I went for Cancun just because I didn't really recognize it, or like I thought it might have been. I think it was older coverage as well. I don't know. I just thought maybe it looked more like Cancun, but.
We'll see a pretty similar. We will not.
Ooh, we will.
Yeah, I can see why Sp4ghet made this guess when he made it out to here. This looks much more generic. However, where we started off definitely looked like an easy Yucatan.
Not. Sp4ghet, the info lord, has either found something else or he's made a big mistake, and he has.
Yeah, not the best guess by Sp4ghet there.
2.5x isn't enough. Yes, it is. Out of nowhere. Dag.
I feel like Sp4ghet definitely played better than he did against me in other series. Kind of like me against Angelo, where I played better in other series.
Predictable action.
Yep.
Now we will go into...
We haven't script this with your email in the no-move game in the third-place match.
This was an interesting round.
We'll see.
A lot of coffee
one.
being grown.
Zigzag probably has a boost of confidence right now.
Oh yeah, I remember this one was in the Nooses Islands, and I thought it was actually Malaysia.
Mm-hmm. Guess here.
Okay,
East
Sp4ghet
Java.
was actually much closer.
Central
And
Java,
he
maybe
switches, does he? He
Sumatra
must have
by
switched to
Sp4ghet.
Sumatra. Yeah.
White car maybe makes sense for Borneo. We'll see. He's hedging water, hoping for the best. And it's just east.
Yeah.
Nusa.
It was actually so far east there. Kind of a crazy round. Next one here, we had the Skua car, which is really common. I think in 2023, it's really common in Chiapas, and then it goes elsewhere afterwards.
You're right.
Bulls.
Front of the car. It's car.
Five seconds left on the clock. Don't think.
It did definitely look much more like the Yucatan Peninsula than Chiapas, but the thing was it was hilly, so we both
Yeah,
went
he's going to
Chiapas.
change his position. He considered it, yeah, and then he nods his head because he would have been on the money there, Trevor, had he moved.
Yep. That's indeed true.
Always the big if. Campeche. Round 3. Bangladesh. Bangladesh.
I can hear myself
Did see
breathing
Sp4ghet
into the
in his
mic.
Day 1. Went Bangladesh north.
Bangladesh is boring. Let's skip over it. I ended up getting a
Okay,
nice guess, though, because it was the kind of springtime grass that you get in Mimyensing.
This. Well,
Next
any
one
player here
here.
find the city.
Oh, yeah. This is an annoying one. I had the 5K and I switched off, I remember. It was Lviv.
Street.
I immediately go on Lviv because of the cobblestone. I remember I had a Ukrainian guy at a fan meetup tell me that cobblestone's really common in Lviv. But then I thought it's kind of hilly, so then
From Zigzag. To open his map.
And I also thought it started to look quite
Places
just
marker
kind of
down.
Western European almost, so I
Get looking
switched
up
to
at the
Usharod.
tree. Zigzag. In a different city. Can't see quite now the difference between them. It's quite a bit.
Yeah, we
Trevor.
have one western and one.
It was an overcommit.
capital.
Oh, he almost-
2.5x.
Where did he go?
Locked in. Sp4ghet is in same guess right now, but he's moving more west.
Hedges, oh man. He was between Kyiv and Usharod, that's funny.
Even closer. And yeah, he's actually
I was pretty annoyed that I switched off
closer
there.
in the end than Zigzag. A good choice by Sp4ghet to
If he went
change the
Kyiv though, we
location
would
of
have
his
picked up some
marker in those
points. Next one here just looks fairly typical. What was it actually?
See a
Check
western
here. Oh
check
yeah.
guess here by
There was
Sp4ghet.
a car meta here, I
Boxes
think.
in on the border
Let's
of
remind
Germany.
ourselves, yeah.
We did see Zigzag pick up most of his points earlier in
It's
Czechia.
like the flag. It's like a flag facing towards the antenna, I think.
Angelo.
Yeah.
Zigzag 3 seconds to open.
I think apparently it's
the
Western
map.
Czechia anyway.
He's also going Czechia.
Further
It will
east
be-
though, and it's a great guess by Sp4ghet.
What did Sp4ghet see there?
Pretty
would
sure
think-
that was an antenna meta.
New. Round 6.
This one had me stressing a little bit. I mean, it's an easy
On a
UAE, but it
street
just looked
filled with
weird.
Technology.
Like the car meta meant it had to be UAE.
Sp4ghet really vocal in this game. I've not noticed this
He was-
place.
Yeah, it's not like me to spend a whole minute on a UAE
points
round,
in
but
this
I just
round.
wanted to make sure I didn't want to
Yes.
blunder. Because at the end of the day, if you're wrong in the Middle East, you can be very wrong. So. Was just
Was
Sharjah
actually
there?
in a bit further.
7. Here on the move all that we've had.
Next
do
one
have
here.
The body of water here too, which makes
Yeah, with the
things
body of water in
more
Panama.
interesting.
Definitely remind me of further east, I think.
East.
Yeah, I went to Panama City.
4x damage.
I mean, you could still pick up pretty big points
Yes.
in Panama if you. hit
Where's
right on
Sp4ghet
the
looking
road.
right now? I don't know.
Sp4ghet maybe is
Oh, and he,
lined
yeah,
up.
he
No.
switched much further away,
Zigzag.
right?
It's a great guess by Zigzag.
It's massive.
Huge, and with the multi, that takes the game into his favor. Zigzag
I like Sp4ghet's just chatting to himself.
now in the lead.
Going into round 8.
Sp4ghet chuckles though, he remains
Oh,
relaxed.
this round was crazy.
You.
If
Hones and cars. Like the motel. You know? Yeah, I
So we
would.
had the Canada Cobbler. We knew it's Canada. I was between Saskatchewan and Alberta.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry about that.
Confirmed. Trevor the Triangle.
Holiday. Have I seen this in one of my videos?
Yes. I believe this was the same... Me and Trevor were discussing this round after. I believe this was the very same ski resort area that we had in a Rainbow Daily about a month and a half, 2 months ago.
I don't know. Sometimes repeats are...
I don't think it was the exact same round, but I think it was the same town.
Alberta border here. Holy Mountain. No front plates on that car there. Zigzag looking confuzzled.
Yep.
We'll get to Canada. And we do see Sp4ghet zooming for information here in Alberta. And we do see Zigzag guess Sask Alberta border separate guesses here.
Yep.
Yeah, I switched a bit further away, unfortunately.
Dude.
We're going to round 9, Trevor.
Can I be honest?
Yeah, of course. That's why you're here.
I think that was the hill that we had in the Manitoba in the Daily Challenge series I did like 3 months ago.
I think so. If anyone wants to go and confirm, that would be cool. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it.
I could be lying. But that's the reason why that's so hard is because there's that one random ski slope in Manitoba that's extremely hard to guess.
I'm pretty sure there were ski cabins, right?
Round 9.
Round 9.
Next one here, Turkish Google car. I remember that Sp4ghet cooked up on this one. He gets a really close guess.
Location for our competitors. Trevor, we see Turkey by both.
Yeah, when you have a white Gen 4 on the car here, it means you're going to be in Turkey.
5x damage. We might see points here with the distance between our 2 players' markers. 5 seconds left on the clock.
Super guess by
Get
Sp4ghet.
closer.
What a great guess.
2.3.
Wow.
So I needed a good round 10 here. It goes all the way to the end. And the final round was Thailand, yeah.
Thailand.
So I could have won this. Sp4ghet wasn't too close.
Give us.
So this is an interesting round. I immediately clicked down near Surat Thani here, so I'm clicked in southern
Anyone's game here.
Thailand.
Yep. Considering
I
the
kept
deficit.
looking. I kept looking. I noticed there was not many palm trees going on.
Zigzag needs to squeeze out as much information as possible right now to make as educated a decision as possible.
And we do have completely separate guesses here.
Yeah. So it could be.
Zigzag looking more north. He does move more north. At this point, if they stay here, we have a talk. I don't know if it's Zigzag, if he stays where he is, if it's enough. And he moves even closer.
I go way further up. My logic for going further west was just that I needed to go for something interesting, because if he just middle hedges north and I middle hedge north, then he just wins on the round limit.
Closer.
Will it be 2-0 or 1-1 all tied up?
It could be.
Let's
Zigzag moving more north.
Out. It's
It's
a
not
great
enough.
guess by both players.
Is it enough?
I think Zigzag slightly close.
No.
It's Sp4ghet. And he takes out.
Unfortunate round limit. Now, if I clicked in the right state there, I probably would have won the duel.
Zigzag.
But,
1-1 tie.
Flip.
yeah. Back to moving. I think this was a quick
Yeah.
game. I think this really was very quick.
If we're talking money, you need to cash in now, Zigzag.
Good place to cash in.
Australia.
We start off with Australia here.
You're learning. Yeah, you're really good at Australia, Paula. I feel like every time we get Australia, you call it.
Really? I don't know, man.
I'm just trying to bring you up.
Okay, so we have Brinkworth and Snowtown. Now, Snowtown is a really tiny town in South Australia, but it was home to the most notorious mass murder, or like systematic, like I guess was serial killings in Australia, basically. So yeah, Snowtown. I feel like most South Australians at least know where it was. The Snowtown murders. They, to put it nicely, they dismembered people and put them in barrels in Snowtown. So, yeah, not so nice.
Thanks,
but
brother.
I knew where it was.
With this soil, the white soil on
Brinkworth and Snowtown
I mean,
clips halfway
this is
between.
South Australia, so coincidentally, Zigzag will know this, but so will Sp4ghet.
Okay, yeah.
But you have to assume,
Oh, Sp4ghet considering a little move.
looking for the signs there, it will go to Zigzag,
Zigzag.
as he probably knows more about South Australia than most.
Starting off strong, Trevor, is Zigzag.
Good confidence boost for round 1 there.
Fairly boring. Next round here.
Just not making it any more.
France.
Obviously-
I thought Spaghetti probably has some
He already
moving
is, if he
knowledge,
is,
so I
so.
guessed pretty
Yeah.
quickly here, I think. Yeah, so he
Area
gets
code's
a
here for
area
France.
code? No, it wasn't actually.
Zigzag zooming in and plonking.
I just go for the guess.
Western France.
I just thought that's the way the architecture looks.
For Zigzag to plonk that early, I'm sure he's quite confident.
Spaghetti right there with them.
Yeah. Does go a bit further south towards Bordeaux.
Interesting. I thought maybe Spaghetti found something on that round, but we both just region guessed
It's
it.
Zigzag that's closer.
Slow and steady. What we got? We're
Next
back with
one
the
here we
last
have
round
some Thai.
damage.
I was hoping I could read some Thai. The bridge, I think. Okay, in hindsight. I believe that... Yeah, I believe that there's actually nothing useful in the bridge here. Yeah, I think I have watched this one back, actually.
Zigzag took the first few seconds there just to
But not all of
acclimatise,
them
look down.
today.
Then began to move. Spaghetti has been zooming from the start.
Looking for a main road here.
Looking for a main road, signage, information.
See a northern guess here by Spaghetti.
Yeah, apparently Spaghetti's seen enough, Trevor.
Don't mind it.
Wasn't quite sure what I was thinking here. I think I just clicked middle.
Zigzag to respond.
Going Kanchanburi.
Further south.
It's between the two. Just near Isan. Pechaban.
Yeah, ends up being middle. Not a particularly
It's a
interesting
game.
round.
Spaghetti makes some really good.
Okay, this
Italy
is a funny
guesses.
one. This is a funny one. So immediately we know
Italy
it's
has-
Italy because of the license plates.
We did we not also see him go Italy when it was Spain? Was that?
We did in the move. You're right.
You know,
And I was like, it kind of looks like Sicily, kind of looks
Moving
like the
games, we
south
do
tip of the
see Zigzag
boot.
do the water hedge
So I
here,
just went in the water. I was not actually
Sicily
thinking
hedge,
this was an island.
giving Spaghetti not much time. And Spaghetti will go Sardinia potentially, or we do see 2 water hedges.
both hitting the water hedge. Love to see that.
He's hedging more towards Sardinia. He
And yeah, it ended up being an island, so my hedge was perfect.
should have stayed. 2 water guesses. A very close water guess there because it is an island.
And it ends up being hefty points
I love Spaghetti's reactions.
of damage.
The
going
water
the way
5K.
of Spaghetti.
Water hedging only
hedge
pays
the
off, bro.
water.
Think about it. I beat Lero with the water hedge. 1,000 points off
Spaghetti,
Spaghetti with the water
sunk.
hedge. Yo. Next one here. Immediately just didn't
Next
want to
round here.
give Spaghetti time on this one because Poland's pretty...
Poland.
Yeah, I really just went here. Maybe that was even a bit too fast. You never know what's going to be near spawn, but yeah, I just wanted to put him in.
Indonesia.
But yeah, that's the kind of confidence I had against Spaghetti, which I didn't really have against Angelo, I guess.
South Poland locked in by Zigzag.
You do have hills.
Spaghetti. Close.
Should really sit in Polish hills.
Indeed, he came out to a very major road there, so it's fortunate for me that he
Ends
didn't
up being
move a bit quicker.
a round win for Spaghetti, but both players were off the mark somewhat.
Round 6. Keep the pace high.
No, I was pretty happy
Nice
with my play on
location
this
here.
round, as I
Look at the
recall.
name of the city here.
Yeah.
Trolls.
It was good play in theory. It almost didn't work out though. Let's see what happened.
Trollstegen Resort.
It's a lot
So I
of
make it
information
here
for
a little bit
players.
after Spaghetti. I see the 63. So I remembered that
Zoom in.
the road numbering system is ordered in Norway. I see the number.
36.
So I look out on the white roads
Locked in.
here.
West or south of Trondheim.
I was just trying to find one road, one white road, and here I see it. The 829. So I realized that the 6 should be further south because it's 9 at the top, and
Zigzag's
that's 8.
standing north right now, way north. He's going back down south.
And I found the
Five
700s,
Still
so
way
I
north.
click
He
even a
gets-
bit
he gets
further
there in the
south.
end.
So yeah, I found the 700s, so it should be further south of the 700s, so I happened to click on the right road, basically.
Oh,
Spaghetti.
As much as it was great to see Spaghetti 5K, it was very good to see me, use my logic and actually get a good guess. That being said, I thought it looked south the whole time, so there's also that.
quite close to the 5K in that amount of time is really impressive.
Yeah.
And if he just guessed a couple seconds quicker, that could have potentially been a lot of points for Zigzag. But it was not.
Yeah, Zigzag's going to be happy with that. He adjusted multiple times. And then by the end, he did indeed minimize point loss.
Moving around 7 here, where things do get a little more interesting with the high multis. We do see
Sulawesi poles and fences here.
The
Zigzag didn't even move.
There's enough information. No move here.
Yeah,
Facing Central Sula.
I did not move because I do not want Sp4ghet to get too much info.
We're suddenly in 4x, Trevor, and there's a difference between our two players' points. Who's closer? Oh, it's actually just sort of in the middle, cut diagonally.
Zigzag closer. Mercator projection do be acting up there. That does look.
I don't think that's a Mercator projection issue. I think it's the fact that Sp4ghet clicked the right body of land, whereas I didn't.
They look at round 8 here. This will be.
I learnt those copy pattern, but I didn't really get time to revise because I was busy doing other stuff like Russia. So yeah.
Good for Sp4ghet's case.
I decided to just let them go for a bit.
Uganda.
Uganda for round 8, so
Round Zigzag.
now Sp4ghet needed a good round 9.
So if there was ever a time, the time is now. Whistle stop.
Michigan. I wonder if they just look at that sign there.
It says Michigan on the sign.
It makes him move, makes him act.
I saw it.
Michigan there.
And Sp4ghet, I think, briefly checked the sign, but moved on
Zooming
immediately.
down, looking for a different sign.
Yeah, we
He
might
maybe assumed.
see an issue here for Sp4ghet if he doesn't find information soon. Locked in by Zigzag. Oh yeah, there are some groans.
He goes back to spawn smartly when he doesn't find anything.
Oh, but then just as we see
He checks it.
that,
And he immediately zooms out.
Sign.
Don't think he saw it.
Oh, no,
wasn't reading it in time. Yeah.
He hasn't read it in time. He's way further south.
I believe Sp4ghet grew up in Michigan, by the way, so
No,
kind of
so
unfortunate. He may have known the town.
5x damage. That is game. 2-1 up now for the Australian. Oh wow! When you see those discrepancies in information.
There we go, that was that. Then I was 2-1 up. Obviously, I won both of the moving games. Kind of a surprise.
Zigzag.
Considering Sp4ghet's skill set.
Group A day, we saw 2 players make it.
Inconspicuous.
Here we are, round 1. Okay.
Don't be suspicious.
This was a tough round. I was between Germany, Czechia, Slovakia. I don't think I thought of Romania, which is what it actually
We have
was.
2. A Czechia.
I realized I just kind of had to be humble here. I realized I just didn't know where it was,
Here.
so I hedged Czechoslovakia because I thought it was more likely to be Eastern Europe. Didn't quite feel German despite the car. And yeah,
Romania.
Zigzag.
Not an easy, no move.
Tough
this
round.
is a good start. 1,000 points off the bat.
Yeah. References.
Round
like
2
hard.
here. I was really happy with this guess. Really happy. It's very generic looking.
So that's all we get. No move. There's no signs. Looking for the road grid here. Zigzag just needs to win this one game to claim third
I went
place.
Corrientes because of the
Both players play
landscape.
close.
He was in
Unless
Corrientes,
Sp4ghet
but he
moves
was
to
also
B8.
considering Buenos Aires.
We'll see.
So
We have seen him do
just like we saw on the Ukraine round earlier, he just hedges everything.
switches before, and it's tracking south, Trevor. Even more so, yep. Maybe gonna click just south of BA. Does not choose to do so.
Should have stayed.
And he's gonna be happy that he didn't go further. Though.
Yeah.
He was thinking about it. Minimizes
still.
the point.
Yeah,
loss.
Sp4ghet moves
Zigzag
off the
in a
correct
great
answer there.
position.
And then we have a fairly
Yeah,
difficult round
maybe.
here.
We'll see what the players are.
V Manata, thank you very much for
Sometimes
the
this
sub. my friend.
rural Europe.
Sp4ghet's
Sp4ghet,
yapping
verbal still.
to the microphone.
No player gets up from the map.
I was actually thinking,
Yeah,
what was I
nice
thinking
there,
at first here? I was kind of thinking
zigzag.
Austria. Thought the blue Google car reminded me more of Slovenia, but neither of them were
First to
right.
do so. Locks it in as well.
We get going France.
He goes France.
Eastern Slovenia.
I don't think the architecture
just
fit
zigzag
quite
here.
well enough here. Like these buildings here, I don't think you'd see those in France.
This is a big difference in round 3.
It's a very
Yeah,
big
there's a lot of
difference.
points because I do think it'd be Slovenia.
Oh,
What was it, Croatia?
Done it again. That's
Actually,
a lot
Croatia
of
there,
points in that
but-
game. It is. Zigzag has done it.
So yeah, a flawless victory there, yeah, it was a good performance there to get third place. I was very happy with it. Here's something interesting here. Okay. Let's cast our eyes back. So I believe that it'll be seeded, like the people who came first in each tournament and second and so forth will be seeded higher than people like, Eamon and CG who got the last chance spot. You know what I mean? So I think that me coming third would be, of course, equivalent to Foul, who also came third in his. And then over inside EMEA, I think equivalent of first for the smaller tournament would be Kratzu and Topotic. Equivalent of second, so equivalent of in this tournament Angelo, would be Finbar and Kodiak, and equivalent of third would be Consus, Debray, Blinky, Marder. So technically speaking, third place being Debray, Blinky, Consus, and Foul means I'm less likely, I think, to be in a group with those people. So I think actually coming third could be an advantage to me because of who ended up coming third in these tournaments. So that's something interesting. It could actually be the case that it was to my advantage to come third instead of first. Just considering how the cookie crumbled in the other tournaments where kind of less favored competitors actually won. So yeah, an interesting thought at the end here. Obviously I would have liked to have won for the glory and to feel more confident, but there is a silver lining, I suppose. And at the end of the day, I'm just very fortunate to have clinched the victory against Leroy, to have beaten Eamon when I maybe wouldn't have with that Adelaide guess. And yeah, hopefully I can come back stronger on no moving in NM, because okay, the best of 5 format is bad. You have to play 2 moving games before you yeah, I mean, you have to win 2 moving games, or yeah, it's just not a good format, especially for me. So not a big fan, and it means I'll have to practice those ones more. No NMPZ, for the entire third day, 5 hours of playing or whatever, we had 0 NMPZ games on this day. So yeah, just kind of disappointing, if you ask me. But yeah, condolences to Sheena, to Lero, to Mate for missing out, and yeah. GG's to everyone who made it. Looking forward to the World Cup. Grind starts now. Stay tuned with me for my journey with that. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.